Let's be real. You probably clicked on this video today hoping to hear some revolutionary new idea in self-improvement, right? You want to learn about the new Pomodoro technique. You want to learn about the advanced Eisenhower matrix, perhaps the no-fap method that will allow you to levitate. Because you're a dopamine fiend, correct? Well, here's the thing. I am going to share advice with you today that I personally believe is even better than that, but not in the way that you'd expect.
What?
And you know what? Honestly, this video might just be that video for you. Perhaps today is the very last time you click on a self-improvement video.
You cannot be serious!
It's actually advice that is as old as time, but has been so forgotten that it's actually criminal. All the greats that have ever lived have used this technique or this advice. Thinking back to presidents, great inventors, musicians, artists, you name it, great men use this and continue to use this, if they know about it. And I can promise you today that if you start taking what I'm about to say seriously and you consistently implement this advice every single day, it will honestly transform your life. Here's the advice. Turn off your devices, turn off your phone, turn off your computers, turn off the hub, if you will. Go find the most boring looking wall that you can find, sit down in front of it, and stare at it for as long as you possibly can. Nope, I'm not joking, bro. As much as you think I'm joking, this is absolutely serious advice that I'm giving to you right now. Why are you still here? I'm not kidding, bro. Go find a wall, go sit and stare at it, and come back and watch the rest of this video. But at least stare at it for, let's say, 5 minutes. If you can go find a wall right now, sit in front of it, stare at it, and do absolutely nothing. And you do this every single day for 5, 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, maybe even an hour if you are like a Buddhist monk who's able to levitate at this stage, right? You do this every single day. I promise you, things will start to change. Be real with me for a second. When was the last time you sat in a room or sat by your damn self and did absolutely nothing? And I'm not talking about like listening to music or maybe going on a beautiful walk. No. I'm not talking about any like calm activity, right? I'm talking about freaking doing nothing but sitting in one place, twiddling your thumbs, not even twiddling your thumbs, right? Doing nothing, but sitting by yourself with your own thoughts, your own feelings, and just contemplating life. I'm willing to bet that it's probably been a while, right? And as crazy as this sounds, the reason that you probably don't like the way your life is going right now is simply because you don't do this. You don't sit by yourself and do absolutely nothing. And I'll explain why. As sad as it is, right now we are all living in an attention economy. A world trying to sap your attention for profit by shoving junk food and video games and movies and porn down your throat in order to make ka-ching ka-ching a profit. The world is doing everything it can to try and enslave your mind so that you simply have no time other than to think about getting your next dopamine fix. And what happens to your attention when it is everywhere else instead of focused on your own life? That's right. Your life goes to utter shit. You are probably so distracted by the modern world that you no longer focus on what really matters anymore. Peace, love, family, friends, purpose. Your mind is not your own. But try to think back like, 100 years ago when times were so simple that your idea of fun was probably to go outside and play with dirt, right? Picture a young or like middle-aged Abraham Lincoln sitting in his comfy, cushy office chair at the end of a hard, long day in changing the world, or at least trying to change the United States. What do you think he did in that rocking chair? Do you think he scrolled TikTok? Do you think he went on Facebook, Instagram, trying to stalk people? You think he watched flippin' porn while he was sitting there? Of course not. Do you think he was distracting himself? Hell no. I'm willing to bet that after he put his kids to bed and made his wife happy, in whatever way he makes his wife not even going to go into that, but made his wife happy. You can imagine how. I'm willing to bet that he sat in his big chair in front of a roaring fire, smoking the biggest, baddest cigar you can imagine. And I bet you that he simply rested in that chair and allowed his mind to wander. He allowed himself to be at peace with his own thoughts and his own feelings. And I bet he solved a lot of problems and world issues and crises while sitting in that chair. But do you really think he would have been able to have solved all these things? Do you think he would have been the great man that he became by sitting in that chair every night like you do, dopamine fiend, scrolling TikTok and liking every thoughts Instagram story? You think he did that? I mean, obviously he didn't have phones, but this is exactly why he was able to do such incredible things. He was not consistently bombarded by the world of attention and the world of distraction and stimulation. What was Isaac Newton doing when he discovered the law of gravity? He was resting under a tree, for goodness sakes. He was chilling, bro. I'm telling you today, if you start chilling more often, but like actual chilling, like you'll discover gravity, bro. Like facts confirmed. Don't forget to cite me in your Nobel Peace Prize though. But what would have happened if Isaac Newton wasn't sitting under that tree, bored as hell, doing nothing with his life, right? The apple would have fallen down. He would have been like checking out some thotty like you would have been doing on campus, checking out the baddies, and then boom, and he would have been like, stupid ass apple, and then continue to pursue his baseline desires. But he didn't do that. He was sitting bored, the apple hit him, and something in his brain must have like clicked, and he thought, wow, I wonder how that happened. And you would never think, how did an apple fall on my head, if you weren't utterly bored, if you weren't sitting with your own thoughts. If he was distracted in that moment, somebody else out there that was more stoic, more calm, more centered would have beaten him to that Nobel Prize. And the sad thing is that is probably you in your life right now. Who is beating you towards all of your goals, your dreams, the woman that you want, the finances that you want, the success you want? Who out there is beating you senseless purely because you are a walking zombie, because you are constantly distracted by the world around you? Think back to a moment or the last moment you had an aha moment when you finally figured out a problem that you were trying so desperately to solve, or there was something that you were trying to fix, or when you had a real breakthrough that changed the course of your life. Those moments are rare, but the reason they're rare is because it is rare that you allow yourself to sit with your own thoughts and let your mind work for you. I'm willing to bet that aha moment came to you either when you were in the shower, or when you were taking a nice walk in nature, or when you were sitting admiring the view, the sun. It's the moments when you are looking at the sunset. It's those quiet moments that you have the biggest breakthroughs and aha moments in your entire life. Not so? And the sad thing is that people make this mistake so often when they are trying so hard to solve a problem in their life or to fix something that's been broken. They try to fill their minds with busyness and advice and critique and analysis, with self-improvement YouTube videos. Ha, gotcha, bitch. People don't realize that their mind, literally this thing on top of their shoulders, is the most powerful ally and most powerful counsel that they will ever receive for any problem in their entire lives. Like genuinely, forget me, right? Forget self-improvement. Fair enough, this stuff can help you. It can give you advice that maybe you haven't come across yet. But I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact that if you just were willing to sit down with yourself every single day and allow your mind to fix your own problems instead of consistently bombarding yourself with rubbish, I can guarantee that 99% of your problems would be solved. But you don't give yourself the credit to solve your own problems. You always have this mentality that somebody else needs to come in and fix your life. I need to give you advice that's going to change your life. Maybe God will save me, right? Maybe some external thing will come in and rescue me like a damsel in distress. But do you want to be a damsel in distress? Do you want to be a victim your entire life? Or do you want to allow yourself, the man or the strong woman that you are, to really sit down, think about your problems, give yourself that space to consider your problems, and you don't realize that your mind is more powerful and more creative and brilliant than you give it credit for. Your mind can fix so many of your own problems because it's your mind that knows the problems and knows the situation better than anybody else, better than me, better than any damn YouTube video you will watch on this channel. Hence why I said this may very well be the last video you ever need in your self-improvement journey. I mean, still stick around, bro. Come help your bro out. Bro, like and subscribe, why don't you? Stop being so selfish. But genuinely, I don't want to see you on this channel for the rest of your life scrolling my videos, because doing the things that will change your life and simply distracting yourself from the problems that are causing your life to be a heaping pile of dog shit, they are two very different things. So many people run from their problems and try to hide away from the difficulties in life simply because they are not willing to sit with themselves, sit with the difficult and uncomfortable truths and emotions of a situation in order to process that situation. It's too difficult for most people. And the reason we all do this is because sadness sucks, right? Discomfort sucks. Feeling anxious and angry and uncomfortable, it sucks. There's no better way to say that. But here's the catch. The only way to process thoughts and to deal with your emotions and to let them pass is to simply sit with them, feel them fully, and allow your mind and your body to do the healing for you. That's what your brain's there for. It's there to solve your problems. But you're not allowing it to do its job because you're too distracted. You're too busy. Your mind was literally designed to be like a filter. It's there to process all the shit and the garbage and the crap that you don't need to be cluttered up in your precious airspace. That's why they say time heals all wounds. Bro, it's not the time. It's you giving your mind the time and the space to process things, to get through the hard times. And that's why you've probably been sad for quite a while now. Maybe that's why you've never gotten over the ex that you broke up with 4 years ago. Man, if only you realized like how quickly your brain can help you get through dark times, you would be allowing it to work. You'd give it the space and the freedom to help you. But you're not helping yourself, are you? And the beautiful message of this video today is that you can speed up the process of any difficult situation and of any problem you are currently going through, but only if you allow your brain the space and the time to do what it has to do. But you keep looking outside of yourself for temporary fixes, drugs to numb the pain, distractions to take you away for a little while. But the answer doesn't lie in the busyness. It doesn't lie in the craziness. It lies in the peace. It lies in the silence, in the space. Enough of the philosophical discussion, right? Here's your actionable steps to take away and implement this week. If you truly are serious about getting a hold on your life and finally allowing yourself to process the difficult emotions that you have inside of you so that you can live a fantastic, wonderful, and happy life. All you got to do is simply sit down in a chair, on the grass, wherever you feel happiest. No judgment, right? Just sit down for 10 minutes every day this week. Stare into the abyss. Look at a wall. Look into the sky. The world is a beautiful place when you stop to notice it once in a while, just by the way. But sit down there for 10 minutes and allow yourself to do nothing but be with yourself. And watch in amazement by the end of the week when 90%, maybe 95% of all your problems are no longer a big issue. Another good way to supercharge this process is to sit in your car whenever you go out driving this week and just turn off the music, turn off the podcasts, turn off the distractions, and sit with yourself on the ride. It's uncomfortable at first, but man, does that also allow you to start processing the things that you need to process. Stare at your damn wall and do fuck all. It'll change your life.